Hello, everyone. Welcome to Gaza with CD. Fellow South Africans, please help me get this message as far as you can to the Minister of Home Affairs, to DIRCO, to the presidency, and to fellow South Africans. Now that Donald Trump is busy deporting Africans back to Africa, the largest number thus far is Somalia, Nigeria, Ghana, and other African countries. Now, we are hearing that there are about 200, 300 South Africans, inverted commas, that are also set to be deported back to South Africa. And this is where I need your help. Can please, whoever is in charge of our immigration at all of our port of entries, particularly OR Tambo International, because I think that is where they are going to land, that these people that are carrying South African passports, they must be evaluated to see if indeed they are South African citizens. And I can bet you my last toenail that they aren't. You know how they were coming to South Africa, using South Africa as a springboard, marry our girls, and then dump them without telling them that they are now moving to the United States with a South African passport, because when they get to the United States, they use our passport to apply for permanent residence in the United States as South Africans, some of whom have successfully done so, but some are pending. Others just made an application. And now when they come back, if you have a sister, and I'm talking to you, fellow South African, if you have a sister that was married to a Nigerian or one of these African brothers, tell her to go wait at the airport, because she needs to come there to receive her husband that absconded from their marriage. But the most important part about this is that the people that are carrying South African passport, besaza, pretending to be us, that passport needs to be confiscated, number one. Cancel whatever it is that they've had an arrangement with the South African lady but ran away from her. Cancel it. And then deport them back to their countries of origin. That is what you need to do. Because there is no way that we're just going to accept this rolling over and playing dead, that there are so-called South Africans that are going to be deported from the United States by Donald Trump by virtue of carrying a South African passport. This is the time, Minister of Home Affairs. Be there at the airport with your people and assess who is really a South African citizen. And you know what you did to Chidima, right? You went to the hospital she purported to be born at, Baragwanath, went down the dungeon for the archives, and you did not find a birth certificate. Also, what did you do? You went to the Pimville. Nobody knew who she was. You went to other schools that she supposedly have attended. No records. So same thing you are going to do to everybody. You line them. They're not going to enter South Africa without being assessed, because they are coming back probably with criminal records from the United States, and they are gonna pick up where they left off in South Africa, and you cannot allow that. Our national security is more threatened than ever before. And then secondly, with whatever is happening between South Africa and Rwanda, can we not accept any more Rwandans coming to South Africa, because we don't know what the plan is? Because the last thing we want to see is South Africa attacked by terrorists. But that is a video for another day. Right now, I am on these so-called South Africans that are going to be deported. I can see other people, but yeah, South Africans, you say you don't travel. We never said that we don't travel. The most traveled nation on the African continent is South Africans. But the most not immigrating nation on the African continent are South Africans. We don't immigrate. We do travel. We do visit, we go for vacations. We do have people that we may have fallen in love with in other countries. But to immigrate there, no. If we are going to go there and be permanent residents of those countries, we go there accordingly. We go there legally, either through marriage or whatever the case might be. It's always legal. But the ones that are carrying South African passport, even if you are a South African citizen, you know what? You're just going to suck it up and just say, you know what? This is for the good of the country. Because it is for the good of the country. This is not to pick on anybody. So that flight that is going to be landing from the United States with those South Africans, keep them on flight. And take Home Affairs, South African Police Services, you name them, they are all going to show their passport and they must be able to answer, how did you get it? How did you get it? Because I'm telling you, some of them was like, oh, I'm married to a South African citizen. I've been in South Africa for X number of years, and then I qualified for naturalization. That's what you're going to hear. But then ask, where is the wife? And then immediately he says who he's married to, then take them to the wife. And I'm telling you the stories you're going to hear there. The wife has been looking for her husband. Some of these girls, their so-called husband left South Africa for years. Now they're falling in love with a South African citizen who wants to marry them. But Home Affairs is like, sorry, sis, we can't. You are already married to Mr. Abogiaye. Yeah. So these are the things that South Africa needs to look out for before we let anybody come in. And then, Mr. Schreiber, are you watching how Donald Trump is doing this? Are you learning? You know, can you send a team of fact-finding missioners to the United States for at least a month or so and shadow ICE? Shadow the police, I think they call them EC something, whatever, or EDO. Please, can you do that? Send them so they can come back and then they train our officials here how to do what ICE is doing. Just for a month or so. Let them shadow them so that we can start doing exactly what Donald Trump is doing. And I'm behind Donald Trump 100%. You cannot enter somebody's country illegally. Irrespective of what's going on in your country, follow the rules. Follow the rule of law. That's what you need to do. And I'm behind 100% on Donald Trump. I may not agree with him in many things, but with this one, good one. For the first time, we are yet 3,600 Nigerians are back home. And the Nigerian government had his arms wide open, welcoming them back home. Wow. I don't know. Oh, it's a lot. It's a lot. And South Africa is alone. So no, let's not get anybody coming in. Please help send this message until it reaches Dr. Leon Schreiber to halt. Once that plane lands, nobody leaves holding a South African passport. Nobody leaves until we know for sure those people that are deported from the United States are our people. And they also need to get a tongue lashing. How dare you go to somebody else's country until you lose the status and embarrass our good name? Because that's what they're doing. Embarrassing our good name. Anyways, guys, I don't know. Please, whatever you do, send this message across until it reaches where it needs to reach. Thank you so much. Don't leave this video without liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. Goodbye.